We're with Aron Pilhofer, interactive editor of the New York Times. Hi, Aron.
Hello.
Hi. In your panel, you kind of touched upon social media, and the New York Times does such a great job with social media and kind of citizen journalism as well. What advice would you have for students as far as how they should be using social media?
Well, I mean, I think that every student who's going into journalism needs to be intimately familiar with all of the emerging platforms, because fundamentally that is where our readers are going to come from in the future. Social media is really how we are increasing the impact of our journalism. And if you aren't familiar with it, then you're going to be behind. You're absolutely behind. It's kind of core to the business right now.
Okay. And can you kind of talk about sort of the education and how we can get data journalism into the schools?
Well, I mean, just start doing it is the only advice that I can give. I think we spend a lot more time talking about how to do data visualizations and data journalism and, trying to figure it out rather than just doing it. Everyone that I have hired, almost without exception, is self-taught, and they just started noodling with code. So, I mean, that's the only and best advice I can give is just start doing it.
Okay, and how important is it for students to excel at that one particular skill? Is that something you really look for?
Well, a lot of J schools right now are focusing on a number of different things. You come out now and it's you know how to write a headline, you know how to write a news story, you know how to be on air, but then you also know how to shoot video, cut video, do audio, a little bit of multimedia, and you end up being sort of the quintessential jack of all trades, and that's fine. That'll get you to a certain point. But I would recommend to every student to excel in at least one thing. Find the one thing that you're really, really good at and be excellent at it and really go deep on it, because being a sort of jack of all trades will get you to a second tier, third tier kind of news organization. But if you want to get to the first tier newsroom, be it print or broadcast, you really need to be excellent at something, because things become very specialized at a certain point. So that would be my advice.
And is there one skill that you really look for that there's kind of a shortage on you see in journalism?
Yeah, I mean there's two things I'll say. I mean, right now it's very hard to find women who are in technology, and I don't know why that is. It tends to be not the sort of field. Computer science tends not to be a field in which many women go for whatever reason. So I would say that's clearly one area that I'm desperately trying to recruit to make the team that I run more gender balanced than it is. I also think there's always a room on my team for designers, for people who are really, really good with front-end technologies, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and who can think creatively about telling stories and imagining new ways to do that on the front end. Those are the two areas.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Aron. Enjoy the rest of the time here. I'll just sit there.